Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to your channel Nursing Concepts by Raghav. So, in the today's video, we will discuss a very small topic from the child health nursing, that is surfactant. Uh, we will discuss in detail about the what actually these surfactants are, where they are being produced, what are the importance of this, and how do we assess this surfactant levels. Everything we will discuss in this today's video session. Okay, so चलिए फटाफट शुरू करते हैं. प्लीज़ अगर आप पहली बार अपने चैनल को विजिट किया तो वीडियो को जरूर एंड तक देखो और सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना एंड प्लीज़ डू सपोर्ट. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज की टॉपिक, दैट इज़ सर्फेक्टेंट. ओके, तो पहले देखते हैं ये सर्फेक्टेंट क्या है. सर्फेक्टेंट क्या है? ये सर्फेक्टेंट, इट इज़ अ lipoprotein, okay, or we can say it's a phospholipid plus the protein. Okay, it is a lipoprotein. It is a lipoprotein. So what is this lipoprotein? Lipoprotein means it is a mixture of the lipids and the proteins. So means it contains the, or it is a compound which is being secreted in the lungs, or we can say specifically in the alveoli by the type 2 pneumocytes or alveolar cells. So which contains the lipid and the protein. So we can say this is a lipoprotein. So means it contains the lipid molecule plus the protein molecules. Okay, so all together it is a lipoprotein. So where it is there and what is the major function of this? This lipoprotein, it will reduces the surface tension in the alveoli. It decreases the surface tension in the alveoli and prevents the collapse of alveoli. Okay, see, when you look at the alveolar structure, I'll just try to draw a diagram of alveoli. So as you all know, alveoli, it's something like a balloon, or we can say the sac-like structure. Okay, consider this as a alveoli. Okay, so it is been lined by two types of cells. I'll draw it here. Okay, consider this is an alveoli. So it has been lined by the two types of cells. Okay, so it has been lined by the two types of cells. So it is alveoli, it is a sac-like structure. It has been lined by the two types of cells. One is a type 1 pneumocytes, or we can say type 1 alveolar cytes, and the type 2 pneumocytes. See here in the picture, what we can see. So these are the type 1 cells. Type 1 cells where the actual gas exchange will takes place. So these are the sites where the gas exchange takes place. Okay, and these are the type 2 cells. Okay, here red color what you see is these are the type 2 pneumocytes or type 2 alveolar cells. These will secrete the surfactant. So this surfactant will be lined through this surface of a alveoli. So whatever the yellow lining what you are seeing is it's a layer of surfactant which lines the alveoli. It will prevent the collapse, means by reducing the surface tension in the alveoli, it prevents the collapse of the alveoli. See, when the air enters into this alveoli, it will inflated, and as the air goes out, so it has to collapse. But complete collapse or the collapse or deflating or the collapse of the alveoli will be prevented by the because of the presence of this surfactant. So that is what the major importance of this surfactant in the respiratory system. So you just think what happens if there is no surfactant in the alveoli. Okay, so the alveoli get collapses, then the air will not enter into the alveoli, then there is no exchange of the gases will take place, and the body will not get the oxygenated blood. Okay, so the oxygen will not, or the carbon dioxide will not be exchanged, or the oxygen will not be exchanged into the circulation. So this is what the major complication occurs if there is no surfactant production or decreased surfactant production. The baby will have, or the baby will go for the respiratory distress. So that is the importance of this surfactant. Say it is a lipoprotein which reduces the surface tension and thereby prevents the collapse of the alveoli. So it has been secreted by the type 2 pneumocytes. Okay, so as I told, it is having the proteins. What are the protein contents here? So what proteins are there in this surfactant? So first protein we have is the lecithin. Very important. There is maximum time the question has been asked, like which protein is present in the surfactant, that is a lecithin. And another protein molecule what we have is the phosphatidyl glycerol. Phosphatidyl glycerol. Okay, so these are the two protein molecules which are present in the surfactant. Okay, then synthesis, where it is being synthesized, or it is being synthesized, as I told, it has been synthesized by the type 2 pneumocytes. Pneumocites or type 2 alveolar cells. So then when it starts produce in the alveoli, or when the type 2 pneumocyte starts producing or synthesizing this surfactant, so it starts producing around 20 weeks of gestation. Okay, when the baby is of 20 weeks of gestation, so it starts producing in the lungs and reaches to peak after 35 weeks of gestation. So means by 20 weeks it will start, and by 35 weeks it will reach to peak. So if the baby born before this 35 weeks, means there is a less surfactant. Okay, so that is why the premature babies are very risk for getting the respiratory distress syndrome. So this is the reason. Okay, so the production starts by 20 and reaches peaks by 35. And who will stimulate the production, or who will increase the production? Stimulation. So it is being stimulated by the some hormones, that is cortisol, prolactin, and the thyroxine will stimulate, or it will increases the production of the surfactant. And who will decreases, suppresses the suppress the production of synthesis of the surfactant, that is insulin. Okay, so insulin hormone will suppresses the synthesis of the surfactant. So that is why in the diabetic, if the baby is being born for the diabetic mother, where we can see the hyperinsulinemia, and it will reduce the surfactant production in the fetus and leading to the respiratory distress. Means the baby who is born for the diabetic mother is always having the high risk of getting, or high risk for respiratory distress after the birth. So this is about the synthesis. Then how do we assess this? Assessment. How do we assess that the levels are normal, or the surfactant level is normal? So it has been assessed by assessing the ratio of LS ratio, that is LS ratio, lecithin sphingomyelin ratio. Lecithin sphingomyelin ratio. Okay, so we will assess this, the ratio of LS, that will gives you the, where do we assess this LS ratio? This will be assessed in the amniotic fluid. So where do we get this amniotic fluid, or what is the procedure to take out the amniotic fluid? That is amniocentesis. Okay, so in the amniotic fluid we will assess the ratio of L and S, that is lecithin and the sphingomyelin. So remember, the sphingomyelin ratio will be always, sphingomyelin will be always constant. The value of the lecithin will changes according to the gestational age, means the production of the lecithin will be increases as the gestational age increases. So when do we, what do we consider as a normal LS ratio? So if the LS ratio is, if LS ratio is 1 is to 1 before the, before 28 weeks of pregnancy, before 28 weeks of pregnancy, it is considered to be normal. Okay, so before the 28 weeks of pregnancy, the LS ratio is 1 is to 1, then it is normal. So if it is 2 is to 1 after 28 weeks, after 28 weeks, it is considered to be normal. Before 1 is to 1, after 2 is to 1. So the sphingomyelin value is constant here, whereas the lecithin production is increases, so the value is starts increasing. So how do you interpret the value of LS in the baby? See here, if the ratio is more than 2 is to 1, if the ratio is more than 2 is to 1, we consider that the lungs are mature. Lungs are mature. Okay, there is very less chance of high risk or decreased risk of RDS. Okay, and if the ratio is between 1.5 to 1.9 of lecithin and the one that is sphingomyelin, so then we consider it as a intermediate or borderline borderline. Okay, so borderline, or we can consider maybe the lungs are mature, maybe lungs are mature. So if it is less than 1.5 is to 1, then the lungs are considered to be immature lungs and high risk of RDS. So this is how do we interpret the LS ratio. So this is all about the surfactant. So there is possibility of questions here. All important topics I have discussed here. So the cells which are producing the surfactant, that is type 2 pneumocystis. So when it starts producing at the around 20 weeks of gestation, so which are all the hormones which will suppress and increase the production of surfactant, then how do we assess? So the value, so this is very important. More than 2 is to 1 ratio is considered to be for the fetal lung maturity. Okay, so this will reduce the risk of RDS in the newborn. So this is all about the surfactant, a very short topic, but there is a possibility of getting questions on this a small topic as well. Okay, so hope the concept is clear related to the surfactant, and if you like the video, please don't forget to hit the like button and share it to your friends, and please do subscribe and press on the bell icon so that you will receive my next video notification. Okay, till then, keep learning. Thank you.